Hi, my name is Laura. I'm 23 years old. I'm from the Netherlands, and I've been diagnosed with Tourette syndrome when I was 11. Today, I want to talk to you about how I speak to people about Tourette's, because I think there's a difference between whether people have Tourette's or they don't. Um, from what I say, because when someone has Tourette's, I don't have to tell them how hard it can be, and I think it's way more important to be positive and just to express the things you can do and the things that are great and amazing about Tourette's, like being creative and uh, viewing stuff from different sides, different views, and I think it's really important, especially to kids, to say really your life isn't over. You have Tourette syndrome, but that's it. It's not taking over your life. You're still you, and you will always be you. And it makes you more you. It's it's who it's a part of who you are, and I think you have to embrace it. And that's the way I want to speak to children with Tourette's and other people with Tourette's about Tourette syndrome, because I think it's really important that we are positive about it, and well, we support each other. But on the other hand, when you talk to people who don't have Tourette syndrome, I don't think you should speak about it like that. Also, when you know the person and he knows about what Tourette's is and what Tourette's means, but that other person doesn't feel um, the pain you can have with it. And I think a lot of people get like, oh, it's nothing if you just say, well, you have to be positive, and it's not the end of the world, and it's not the end of your life, and just being you, and there are positive sides to it. If you say that, people will think, oh, it's nothing. So stop being so stupid about it, so uptight about it. You really have to express what pain you can be in and what it is to live with Tourette syndrome. So when I speak to people without Tourette syndrome, I often am much more negative, and I think you should be, because you really have to transfer what it is to live with Tourette syndrome, and really have to say it isn't easy, and it's not something you can just forget or walk over or just live with it. It's really hard. You have tics the entire day, and you have obsessive thoughts the entire day, and many more things like that, and it really takes my energy away, and um, I'm very tired, and I can't write as good as others, and so you express more the negative sides to it, I guess. And that's I think you should do that like that, because then they will understand what it is to have Tourette syndrome, and you don't have to explain what it is to have Tourette syndrome to a person who has Tourette syndrome. Then you can look over um, those things and just say, okay, you know the bad side, otherwise you wouldn't be talking to me. So now I'm going to tell you the good side, and I think that's the way we can help each other. So we can say to each other, okay, we all know the bad side about Tourette. We all know it, and it's nice to share it, like saying the bad things, but you also, especially when you're helping someone, or when you're talking to kids, you should express the positive side, because we all know the bad side. And to people without Tourette syndrome, most of them don't really know the bad side. So if you just say the good side, then it's like there's only a good side, because they don't know it. So you gotta say at least the bad side, and some people really get like, oh, it's so bad for you that you have it and stuff like that. And then I say, well, there's a positive side as well, and I tell them about creativity and stuff like that, so they realize it's not the end of the world. but that's just for the people that are compassionate about it. And really, if you need something from those people, like tutors at school or at work or something like that, you really should express the negative side. Oh, that's my alarm clock. You should express the negative side because they don't know about it, and if you don't tell them about it, you can't expect them to know. So that's all I have to say about the difference between talking about Tourette syndrome. I love talking about positive things, but you gotta be real. So see you next time.